Rand's quiet back here.
Oh, this will get uploaded later here. This is, we're finishing up the day here with a 265-foot wind turbine blade. The parting ways with the state police troopers and stacking this thing up on the pile here in a few minutes.
Clear scanning.
Got our sign puller down here, getting stuff out of the way for us. There's my man right here. This dude stands here hours at a
Hey,
time.
remote's on. Let's put this one to bed.
What's going on, buddy? Oh, nothing,
Good line.
right? How we doing, bro?
Clear travel one.
This morning,
Oh, did you?
got a chance to look at it. I kept on saying, like,
Clear travel two.
I saw it. I said, oh, they ain't Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where y'all start from.
Yeah, that's where we start from out in Erie.
200
So
mile, it's a 200-mile ride to Danville.
200 miles, yep.
And that's what this is for, because you explained what this for. The
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep.
said, that's what that's for.
Yeah.
all
All
right,
right, brother,
yeah.
take it easy. Right. Well, troopers got the intersection for us here. Left side traffic's gonna be all clear. Finishing up another load.
Good line on everything. Tip's gonna be all clear.
This guy's coming out the back here. We're making our last turn here before we get into the parking lot and call it a day.
Good on that grass line, pushing you around.
There's a pretty good perspective how big these things are. If you happen to stumble across this live here on the depths of YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Trying to push these videos out a little bit further. We're doing
All back under you.
265-foot super loads here, so this is the end of the day here. We're getting ready to pull into the drop location here. This is where they stack them up and store them, so we are finishing up. You got this one white pickup coming to you, and then it'll be all yours for the turn-in.
I got eyes on the white pickup. Coming out the back, all clear.
There we go. And my camera's not the best here on this, but you get the idea of what we're working with. I don't know what that means unless it means afternoon, but hello to everybody that jumped on here. Thumbs up on the video.
Trailers down in.
We're gonna get this thing unloaded off this trailer and get this trailer closed up.
Tip is all clear. Troopers, thank you very much. Everybody, excellent job today. Safe travels.
I'll grab those radios from you guys over here in the pole car. Yeah, let's go get our stuff back. Afternoon? Delivery. This is like DiGiorno, right?
Have a good one.
All
But
right, you
when we
too.
get
Thank
up
you.
there, just eye it up and see if it's going to be easier to do the way we had been or to do a K-turn
Ready for
down
that?
that road and blah, 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 and back.
What's that?
I think we might be able to do the same way we have Rob. I don't know, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, copy.
Oh, all right. We got everything back. Now we're gonna go get this thing. You just taking off from out here? You just taking off from out here? Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know, we might have to do a pay, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say either today or tomorrow it's gonna end up being,
Earlier, you know, back in the spring.
When it was
do the other
busier,
way.
right,
It's gonna
right.
run out of real estate.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the morning then. Safe getting home.
We did pretty good today, didn't we?
We got it here pretty early. I like it. I'll be home.
I mean, the curves and everything, you didn't
Oh
have
yeah.
no problem. Right?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything was
Guess I
good.
got it. Fix
We
it
got
up,
it. We got it. All right. Be safe, dear. Oh, all righty. And get all the afternoon chit chats out of the way. Get everybody out of here. The troopers and the other escort. And we'll run in here and get this thing pulled off,
Good, pulling away from the building.
stacked up, and get this trailer here closed down from 200 feet down to 80 foot. Short of putting this out here like a commercial, if you are here, you did find me on the internet and you haven't already checked out my channel there, I got full length vlogs on there moving this oversized stuff, not just wind blades, but you know, perimeter trailers, big buildings, tanks, you know, pretty much all over the country here moving this stuff. This just happens to be something that I'm working on right now. So if you are here, thumbs up on the videos help them, makes them a little more popular, and YouTube pushes them out there a little further. And you can check out my other channels. I shouldn't say channels, but my other...
Hold up right there. I'm going to get over. I'm going to check my motor.
Shouldn't say my other channels. Should I say my other pages? I'm on the other platforms too here, if you guys have them. Everything's under the same name, so I try to spread the love a little bit, trying to grow them all here, but YouTube's what I'm focusing on here this week because it's been a little quiet. So right now, this guy here is going to... he's going to steer this giant blade back into that pile back there, which is getting pretty small to play with at this point. We only got about that much room left, so it's getting tighter and tighter every time we come in here. It's a pretty massive pile at this point.
Yeah, just as I thought. It's not spitting and buttering like it's supposed to.
Checking out this motor here. It's been acting funny today, so make sure it's running the way it's supposed to, and he'll steer this thing back into this pile, and we'll get this truck.
Alright, ready forward.
That right there's the one job out here doing this that I don't want anything to do with it. It's just it's a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure here. This guy here with the remote, he's in control of where everything goes. And
Right there. I'm going to bring the wheel around. We're probably going to have to take a shallow angle. So start it back easy and just push your head end as hard as you can, I'd say.
if you guys are hanging out, I'm gonna jump out and take my stuff down here for a minute, and then I try to get the camera in them here so you can watch us close these trailers up. But you'll see this guy will get this backed into the spot there. I'm gonna take my stuff down, zoom in so you can get a good eye on it, and I'll be back with you guys here in a minute. And if you are here, thumbs up on the video, that does help. And check out my channel too when you get done with this one.
got a good line to get past the crane, and then I'll ease out of it to get past these concrete blocks. Yeah, we got a good line on everything. There we go, gray line. You can still keep pushing your head end a little bit hard if you want, and it'll get you lined up. There we go, beautiful. You can probably start getting back underneath it. We actually had surprisingly a lot of real estate coming through that.
Yeah, Damien, the guy walking is running the backside of that trailer there with a remote. It's got axles on the back there with a motor on them, and those will turn. When you get into things that are this long, you need to be able to steer the rear wheels there in order to make some of the turns and get around corners and stuff. So without those...
It's just coming past, probably got about another 80 foot.
Yeah, without those wheels being able to turn, these things would only ever be able to go straight. They wouldn't be able to make any turns or go anywhere. They're just too long. They're 265 feet, and these aren't even the big ones. You know, they make them, you know, I don't even know how big they make them, but I know 265 feet is about 50 feet shorter than the last ones. Or the last time I did these.
4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit more. That'll be good right there.
Yeah, the last time I did windmill blades like this, they were actually, I think they were 310 feet. 305 or 310 feet on the permit, and we actually had to have 5 cops with us on those ones instead of 2, and we actually had quite a few more turns than we do on this trip. This trip we only have a couple that we have to make, and it's mostly you know, just small curves and hills and whatever else without really a whole lot of turns. So, but yeah, without those steerable axles, these things would, yeah, they wouldn't go anywhere. They definitely wouldn't make it up on top of those mountains you see in the background, up these little goat paths, because most of the roads that go up where they go are, they're not very big. You know, they're running through farm property and whatever else, so. But yeah, these guys will, they'll hoist these cranes down on top of them and hook up to the top of those blades, and then they'll end up spinning them. Because when we haul them, you can see how it sticks out the bottom left side there. Because if it was facing down like that, it'd be too tall. It wouldn't run on the road. So they'll spin it and then get it. This will be the start of a new pile. And I think we're making 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 more piles total. This will be all done after. This will be all done after a week from yesterday. Next Monday, there will be the last day we do these for at least for the winter, and then they might pick up again come spring. These guys have got this down to a science here. Getting it unhooked, getting those straps hooked up, and getting out from underneath it. Got a whole little crew here on the site that grabs each one when we bring them in. Company in California built those blades for the fans. It was called 4 Winds. I hope they make a non-destructive fan testing unit. We were flexed the blades and tested them. Ooh, flexing these, yeah, that's I couldn't tell you. I know when they're on the ground and I hit them with my hand, they definitely don't seem like they flex, but I know they do because when you see the rear end of them hanging off the trailer, when this thing goes over bumps and stuff, you can see how the tip of the blade goes up and down and wobbles and stuff. And being that far up in the air with wind and elements and all that, I suppose they do have to have at least a certain amount of give or leeway or whatever you would want to describe it as, or else they'd just snap off. And I imagine they'd put a lot of pressure on the motor unit too if they didn't have a lot of flex to them. So, aircraft. No, these are for wind turbines. These are one of the big windmills you see up on the hill, or wind turbines that they produce electricity with. When they are retired, or they hauled off whole or cut into smaller pieces. You know that? I don't know. A lot of, I don't know. I don't want to say controversy. There's been a lot of arguments over the years about these things, about how they recycle them or what they do with them. I know I've seen them stacked up in piles before when they take them down. And I know there's been a lot of companies working on coming up with, I don't know if I want to say recycling or want to say reusable solutions, or grinding it up and using it in other products or stuff like that. I'm definitely not the guy. I've done my Googling on it. The first time I ever got involved with these a few years back, and everybody has a different opinion on them, and I made in the comments, I'm definitely not educated enough to know that they're good or bad or worth it or anything else. The one thing I can say is I don't think there's anything wrong with looking for other solutions for energy, whatever that might be. I mean, we gotta advance to some point here. We use more than we generate at this point, and it's only going to get worse. They talk about the electrical demand over the next so many years, at least here in the U.S. with all these, and I can attest, I've worked with a lot of these AI buildings and generator units and cooling units and these giant buildings you see going all over the place, and those things all take a lot of power, and I don't know what their solution is for it at this point. Yep, electric generating fan, wind turbines, or as not very smart people like me have called them windmills for years, because essentially that's about what they are, right? Just not I think they call it a turbine because it puts out a whole lot more electric than a windmill. Nuclear. I know. It's one of those things. I'm
Ready on you. You want to go straight forward?
Yeah, let me get myself out of the way here for a second in case they come this way. Yeah, the nuclear argument, obviously I know what it's capable of. I'd be lying if I didn't say it terrifies me. I had one of these oversized loads I was doing last summer, and you can actually see it on my channel. It's one of my shorts I made, but I got stuck at a place that was recycling.
Anywhere in there should be good. I'll turn this down. Set the pin.
They were recycling some sort of nuclear waste in New York, and I showed up to escort the truck out. I had no idea what it was at the time, but I did notice after about 45 minutes that I was the only person in the middle of the parking lot, and my phone started ringing. And I'm just sitting there hanging out, doors open or whatever, and it was the site manager who said I needed to stay in my car with the windows up. And apparently they had a shelter in place for some reason, and I'm out in the middle of this parking lot, and I spent about hour and a half watching guys in hazmat suits walking, swabbing all the parking lots, and just sweating bullets in my car because I couldn't have my air conditioner on, he said, until they finally got over and got samples off of my car, and everybody got the all clear. But I'll tell you, I spent an hour on Google, and it was absolutely the most terrifying thing ever. Like, what does nuclear do? What happens if you're contaminated? You know, next thing you know, it's taking you to Chernobyl websites, and it was absolutely terrifying. And I've been back to that site one time after that. I took a load there, and I got them to the edge of the parking lot, and I turned around and drove as far away as I could before I stopped to take all my stuff down off my car here. I didn't even want to go in the parking lot again. That was probably one of the most terrifying moments in my life. Watching guys with hazmat suits walking around, taking samples off of all the other cars in the parking lot, and having like zero education on anything that has to do with nuclear. So I know it's a good power option and all that, but like I've always said, you know, they got it down with science and they got it all figured out, but my only thought process on it when it comes to nuclear is there's always the human factor, and something can always go wrong, and when it does, well, we all know what happens. I mean, you just gotta watch a little TV, right? Hello, Agildo. Yes, those are wind turbine blades. Yeah, no, it was absolutely terrifying. I'm a tobacco user, so I was just hanging out, sitting out the side door, just minding my own business, waiting, and next thing you know, they got a hold of me, and yeah, I lost my mind. It was pretty terrible. But we're gonna go get this trailer closed up here. If you guys want to hang out, I'm gonna leave the phone mounted here, and you guys can watch the process, and I'll come back here and check out the comments when we get this all closed up. Maybe I can get a little bit closer here so you guys can see the process. All of these beams are going to slide into each other once we get everything taken out and unbuttoned. So if you guys want to stick out, I'll be back here. This is probably a 10 to 15 minute process. So yeah, it's a good angle right there. Be back with you guys. This guy's radios.
Come on back. Ten feet. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me 1. There's zone. On back. Four hole, 3, 2, about 2 feet. Give me 1. There's that one. Come on back. Five hole, 4, 3. Here comes the 2. Give me 4 feet. 3, 2. Give me 1. Come on back. About 10 feet. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me 1. About 8 inches. There's that one. Take pressure off. Give her a tug. Pressure's off. There she be.
that is it. 83 of you still hanging out. Very nice, very nice. No audio, just people arguing in the comments, right? Bit windy today. I have to go back here. Wind is terrible. We already did that. Yeah, shelter in place. That was weird. Yeah, chemotherapy. No, I had a relative, and I knew that the bathroom that they were using during their chemo, nobody else was allowed to use it. So, Vestas. These are Vestas blades here, and yeah, it is really breezy today for sure. Yeah, it's kind of windy today, but we got this done. Another successful trip. Another one down, and there's not really that many left. Honestly, there's we got the 4 more. No, tomorrow's Wednesday, so 3 more days this week, and then 1 more next week, and then it will be. Then we will be working on something else. I don't know yet. I guess it might not be wind. It might be a completely different deal. I don't know if I'll be working on this stuff. They moved us all around this area, which is, about 150 miles from my house. So it's something that I've drove out for before. It's still local, it's still stuff you can get home to each night. So. Hello to everybody who chimed in here. I'm learning how to work YouTube and the internet. I started making these lives because I didn't have time the last few months to get my vlogs made on the channel, and it's just been really busy. So I looked in. I didn't really look into it, I'd say there, but I did some lives on my social media, and then I realized you could do them on YouTube also, and I thought everything I did on lives would count towards everything I need there to reach those levels for getting monetized. And then I found out today these lives actually don't. But if you guys check out my channel and subscribe, give a thumbs up to this, and watch any of the stuff that I already have uploaded, that'll kind of help grow my channel to the point and kind of get it back out into YouTube world there, showing up in people's feeds. I took about 3 months off other than putting up little shorts, and they don't do very well on YouTube. I've had quite a few 1, 2, and 3 million video views on my other channels, but they just don't do too well on YouTube. They're definitely two different algorithms here. So I'm getting ready to get on the road here. I'm going to see where the other truck is coming from, because if I close up and wait around a little bit, we can usually catch the second truck coming in here before I take off. But I'm going to throw a couple more things in the back. Be right back with you. 85 people staring into the weeds here. All right, I actually just got the bird out of the back here. My camera must be really filthy. I'm gonna clean that out on this live here. I don't know if it's always that blurry or... Yeah, they're getting pretty dirty. There's a lot of dust and everything around here, so there we go. But I'm gonna find out if the other truck's close enough. I like to catch videos of them coming in and aerial views and stuff, and then I put them up on the channel and kind of, you know, just make little videos out of them. They don't really do nothing for me, but they're fun, and the other people that are working on these jobs like seeing them. Who doesn't like seeing a video of themselves working, doing something cool, you know? So it's let's see here. Let's see. See if I can't find out where these guys are at. See if I get a response here. Sometimes you don't always get a message back when guys are working, so. But if you've made it here, I don't know, my live yesterday, the one had 17,000 people that came on and watched the live while we were moving the turbine. I think I picked maybe 70 or 75 new subscribers on the channel up yesterday. And yeah, it's a lot of people. So if you happen to be here and be here for more than, I think, the average 25-second video view, 390 here. That is. But if you happen to have gotten here and hang out for, I think it's going to be about another 20 minutes here before the next blade rolls in. Oh, let's see, where are they at? They are how far away are they? That is exit 35. So, whoop. What's going on, buddy?
So we got off the ramp almost 20 minutes later than what we normally do.
Yep.
We lost 0 minutes on him getting the gate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Hey, man.
It is what it is, man. I love it.
I know, so do I. I'm not going to complain. I'll be home in time for beer 30, right? We'll see ya. Oh, let's see. These guys are about a half an hour away, so I don't know if I want to wait a half an hour, but the last time I got these guys coming through last week, my video did very, very well on Facebook, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that here, but it did very, very well on there, and I guess I imagine it's like anything. You get a video that goes viral or whatever else, you kind of chase that whatever you want to, that feeling again, like. And it wasn't even, I had the same ones on my channel there. I think I have it uploaded as a video or a short, and it didn't do nearly as well on YouTube or the other platform, but it did go viral on that one. So I don't know what the difference is and why that's the way it is, but oh well, it's just something you got to deal with. But you still chase it when you can, you know. It's pretty cool. And I didn't even put the videos I've put the most effort into on my vlogs and on my YouTube channel have done poorly, and then the ones that you literally do nothing with, just, I don't know, I guess I'm going about it all wrong. Hello to everybody that jumped on here. Oh, Charlie, and I can't even read that. Narendra and Simo. Where's I don't know how YouTube works. Where is everybody signing in from? It's kind of cool to see where, I'm sitting here in, I don't want to call it Western New York, but in the south of Rochester, New York, and you guys are watching me from where and coming onto my videos. It's, I know yesterday I had a lot of people from across the pond coming on, and that's kind of pretty cool. It's a big world, but it's really small, honestly. A couple more pilot cars rolling on. The UK, wow. Yeah, that is, I have not traveled outside of the United States. I'm a year away from being 40 here, and I've only been to, because I live by Buffalo, New York, so I've been to Canada when I was a kid, and as an adult, I've never gotten my passport to even, I live an hour from Niagara Falls, and I still haven't gotten a passport to go. And when I thought about it with this job, because I could take work in and out of Canada or however that works, but it was right when COVID started and they were dealing with all the border stuff and shutting down borders, and people couldn't get back and forth or back home or whatever, and it kind of terrified me. So I was like, I'm not going to bother with the passport. And I didn't, but I've been across the whole continental U.S. I've been 30 feet from Mexico, down in Laredo, I think it is, there, right on the border. And I can throw a rock to Canada, but I've just never worked on the passport. But I'd like to, as I'm getting older, I'd like to one day maybe get it together enough to jump on a plane and say I want to go somewhere cool for, a week or something and try it out. Like, I definitely want to go to the Philippines. I have a lot of subscribers from over there and a couple guys that I work with that are also doing YouTube way more than I do YouTube, but they're all from the Philippines, and I see some of their videos they put up, and that place looks awesome. But I'd like to check out Asia and just a lot of places. I like tropical weather, nice weather, warm weather. I like muggy, hot weather. It doesn't really bother me, but I really don't like the cold. So it's kind of unfortunate. I live outside of Buffalo, New York. So if you don't like the cold, well, I guess it's your own stupidity or whatever you want to call it here. So you are in Japan. Wow. I'd love to say I could pronounce your name, but I can't, because that is definitely Japanese writing, I think. Avoid UK if you don't like cold. Yeah, I can deal with it. I don't want to. I've had diabetes since I was 9 years old, and I've been kind of mostly skinny my whole life. Now that I'm driving for a living, I've put on a few pounds, but my circulation has never been good since I was a kid, and I just get really cold really fast. Doesn't matter how I layer up or how I dress. I freeze to the bone, and to the point where it's like somebody put your hand in a vice and just squeezes it, and it takes forever for it to feel better. And not even so cold that it's not frostbite, it's nothing like that. It's just impossible to stay warm. So I don't know if that's from my sugar or what, or just from being, pretty scrawny most of my life there. But greetings from Japan. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And Ontario, Canada. Yeah, that's just not that far away from me. I've been close enough. I'm definitely, I don't know if it'll happen this year. Maybe I'll do it over the winter when things are a little slower, but I'm going to go ahead and get my passport now that we need them. We've needed them for a long time, but when I was growing up, you didn't need a passport to go to Canada. And like as a kid, you just needed a birth certificate or whatever else. But everybody knows since 9/11, that's kind of not really the case anymore, and they're a lot stricter, as they should be. But I'm gonna work on it because I know people in Canada and Ontario and whatever else, and have friends that ride bikes and stuff and travel. So I'd like to get it that way. This summer's kind of over with. It's kind of useless at this point. I'm definitely not going any further north the colder it gets. But before next summer, I'd like to have the passport, and then still don't need it if you're driving. Major. Yeah, it's only a couple hours. No, it is. We have friends and stuff I know that drive down. We live out of Erie, or close by Erie, and they drive down 3-4 times a summer. It's a few hour drive, but on a motorcycle, I guess it's fun. I don't ride my motorcycle very often because we don't really have nice weather often enough. It seems like if the weather's nice, I'm working. So next summer though, it's going to be different. I'm going to have my passport, and if I'm working close to home a lot more, which this job has kept me here for a couple months now, and they'll be doing it again for a few months next summer in May or June or whatever it is, and that'll give me afternoons and it'll give me weekends off because we can't truck on the weekends in New York. So that'll give me the opportunity to use that passport and maybe ride that motorcycle if I get off my butt and do it, right? Still don't need it if you're driving across. I think you do. I don't know. I know New York has a thing called an enhanced driver's license that I know a few people that don't have their passport, but they have an enhanced driver's license, and that's good for them to get into Canada. But I live in Pennsylvania, like a rock throw away from New York State, but with a Pennsylvania driver's license, we don't offer the enhanced ones. So, and at that rate, I just want to get it because Canada's just part of it, but I would like to do some international travel at some point before it's too late or I'm too old or my legs don't work, because everybody always says, work now, do it later, but everybody doesn't get a later. And like I said, I've had sugar diabetes since I was 9, and I'm 39 almost now, and that takes a toll on your body a little bit, not excusably. I'm not great to myself anyways, but you get old, your legs stop working or your knees start hurting, you're not really going to be hiking through Thailand over the hills and mountains and checking stuff out. So got to do it while you're still young enough to do it. What did Pedro say here? You get full-time. What do you mean by full-time? You mean if you mean full-time work, with these, this is project work here. I work all year round, but I work for a lot of different companies, whoever's working. On stateside, I'm not 100%, but from Canada, for me to drive to Florida, I only use driver's license, photo ID, and health card. And photo ID. Coming from the States, I don't know. Yeah, that's, and I don't know if you've paid attention to your driver's license. Maybe Canada offers that as kind of an enhanced license. Maybe you're not sure, whatever. I said, my family that lives in New York, they all have the enhanced, so they can still go to, I don't know where they go. I imagine the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, because, the Canada side is just way better. I've been to the U.S. side plenty of times, and you got to stretch out and turn your head left, and you can see the side of them, but it is just light years better on the Canadian side. And I remember it from when I was a kid. And there was right over the piece, it was the Rainbow Bridge right there. There's a place called Clifton Hill. And I remember they had all sorts of amusements, and it's kind of like a little, I don't want to say Vegas, little Vegas strip, but, you know, wax museums, Ripley's, the Hard Rock and all that. And I remember it being fun when I was a kid, but it's been 30 years since I was there. So, but they go over there and check that stuff out, and none of them have passports because they really just got it to make sure they could go to Canada. My mom is diabetic type 1 and walks for hours over Lake District and hills, and she's 72, so you have your... yeah, 72. Yeah, I'm lucky with my sugar. It's never taken me out, I'll say that. I mean, I've had my fair share of lows and highs over 30 years now, but for the last 6 or 7 years, I get, maybe since COVID, that's when it is. So it's really it's going on 6 years, but I've been on an insulin pump now, and that has completely changed the game for me. I used to have to take shots, and I was bad at taking them, and everything was just really, really terrible for a lot of years. I just couldn't keep it under control, and then I got on one of these insulin pumps, and all my numbers just kind of, even being lazy, the technology's so awesome now that it just kind of does it for me, and I just, tell it when I eat or whatever else or need a little extra, but it does, I'm going to say 99% of the work, and it got my numbers from, if you don't know, like the magic numbers between like 5 and 6 you need for sugar, and mine used to run like 12, 13, 14, which is like really, really bad for a really long time. And then after 6 months on a pump, it dropped my numbers down to like 8, and then after a whole year I was down into 6.7 and 7, which isn't perfect, but for not doing a whole lot of work, that is amazing technology, and it's only getting better. I don't think they'll ever cure it and anything like that, but if it keeps longer you can keep your sugar under control and your numbers good, the longer you have for an outlook, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is be old enough that I'm still, I work with guys that are in their 70s, and they still hop in and out of their truck like they're 40, like they're my age, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for down the road. Still is decent there. I went there last month. My parents live in Niagara Falls, 10 minutes from Clifton Hill. Oh yeah, it's, if you call your taxes free healthcare, then I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. Like I said, we have Canadian friends, and they do have it, but I think when we were hanging out one time, I think they told me they still pay for a separate health care through their work, like on top of it. So it's, but I've watched a lot of documentaries and YouTube videos and whatever else, and the inability to go to the doctors at all is always going to be a worse situation if you are uninsured and can't. And a lot of these documentaries in there were kind of like, it doesn't matter who you are, you're still entitled to health care. And that's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm on board with that, but I'm not all politics here. I mean, I am, but not on my YouTube. I don't, people don't want to know your politics. So, I mean, they can look at your channel and whatever else, and I work in trucking and pretty much pinpoint you as they want to, but I'll just say, as far as politics go, I land right in the middle. So I like a good, strong economy, and I like feeling safe, but I also have 3 girls of my own that I raised, and you know, I'm right down the middle. I think everybody should just get along, is what I think. There's too many people fighting nowadays, and it's just getting worse daily. That's why I've spent more time doing these lives and putting videos up than I have playing on my own YouTube or, you know, Book of Face or whatever. I'm gonna say it in here, but because it's just so negative all the time, and I take a lot of things in, and it gets me down, and just feels like, you know, the world's just crumbling around you. So you gotta get away from it. I follow a guy on YouTube named Foresty Forest. He's a van lifer guy, and he is just out in the woods and in the mountains and skiing and climbing hills and just doing whatever he wants. And I'm like, man, that has got to be so, you know, I mean, he's a YouTuber, so he can see online and stuff, but I bet you his feed's just a lot better than mine is. I can pretty much guarantee, because for a while there I was strolling and I just kept trying to refresh my feed, like, and the same thing popped up 15 times in a row just from somebody else, and it's like, yep, forget that. I'm just gonna go work on my videos and deal with that. But if you are still hanging out here, I don't know. I had 17,000 people on my morning live there yesterday, and I think 50 of them subscribed, but a lot of them just cycle through. So if you are on here, and you can check out my channel, thumbs up on this live, and check out the channel, because I am trying to grow it. It's you know, I started the channel originally for kind of just taking videos of the work I do and the loads we move and all that stuff, and it was just kind of cool. I had a couple on YouTube, but I put the other ones on my social media so my kids could see, and my friends and family and stuff at home, because everybody knows what you do, but they don't actually know what you do. So, and then I worked on a couple of loads with some drivers that are pretty big on YouTube in their own respect, and they were like, just do it, man, you know, do it. It could be a good little side thing for you, and it'll keep you from scrolling your own social media all the time. So I got into it, and it is fun, and eventually, if you work hard and you stay consistent and stuff, you can make a couple dollars off of it. And long term, with this job, I'm out on the road and I'm gone so long, and there's really no other side hustle you can do. I used to work 2-3 jobs at a time when I was in town and when I was home, and now that I'm gone away from home 200 nights a year, there's not much I can do, and I'm not working in the truck stop parking lot. So I make videos of oversized loads and trucking and camping in the back of the pilot car here, and I got a few videos on there of how I cook back here and making dinner and whatever else, because I've learned to get by in life anymore, you really got to be frugal and cheap, and try to save your money. I haven't mastered that skill set yet, so these guys should be rolling in here any minute now. Healthcare in Virginia, $240 bi-weekly. That sounds like it's through work. What's the radio thing you got? Radio, I got, well, we run CBs just like in trucks, and then we have the handheld here that we use. Mine's kind of buried down here in the bottom, but it's just a Cobra radio. They're about $150, and I just buy a new one every year when it gets dirty or starts not working great. They're kind of throwaway at this point, unless you're spending, $700-800 at this point. You're not really getting a good one. And last year I spent $1,000 on my light on top, because I was going through cheap lights over and over, and they kept on breaking, and I was just about over with it. So wish I had the courage to do YouTube with my travels, converting an old ambulance into a camper van. And I'm a middle-aged age disabled guy. Well, you know what, Terry? I'm the loudest guy in the room with people I know, but I can assure you, putting yourself on the internet, like at home, my friends, my family, like, and you know people, you're comfortable, you can say what you want, if you're good at reading a room, you know what not to say and all that. And it's a lot to hit upload or whatever and know that YouTube is going to decide how many people are going to watch your face. And I'm still not confident. But you know what? I follow a lot of guys that are, you know, by all means, not exactly normal, or they do things kind of off the wall. They're not, you know, they're just wilderness guys or whatever else. We're not talking about mainstream media or famous bodybuilder, you know, movie people or whatever. We're all just regular people. But I watched a video that said YouTube or social media in general, in and of itself, is its own business, because people are spending a lot less time watching TV, watching whatever, and I think watching YouTubers or influencers on Facebook or whatever you want to call it, I think anymore there's been such a disconnect with humans that they're making a connection with people online and through these videos and all that. And really, this is a full-time job for people that have been at it for a long time, and they're making money, and they're making enough money to, you know, I'm not talking about the ones that are the Mr. Beasts and the Jake Pauls and all those guys, but there's plenty of guys out here that are making more money than I make doing this, and they get to do what they love. So this started out as a hobby or whatever, but at the point of I'm here, I'm gonna do it. If you look at my channel and my vlogs, I mean, there's probably hundreds of hours of editing videos and cutting them down. So there's work that goes into it, and if you can make a couple of dollars, why not? I'm not even joking. I watched a van lifer a couple months back when I was trying to learn how to make my videos, like how to talk to people or how to put yourself out there, how to keep engaged. And this guy, I'm not even joking you, I watched a 30-minute video of a guy talking about what kind of beans he likes in the back of his van. He's a camper, van lifer, van camper, and it took me almost a half an hour to go, oh my God, did I just watch this guy talk about beans for a half an hour? I literally did. Like, now, should I feel silly, or is that guy a genius because he kept me engaged long enough to to sit there and watch him talk about what kind of beans he likes to cook with? And honestly, that's good for him. He's making some money on YouTube. He's talking about beans, and it is what it is. So I just decided, I mean, spend your whole life worrying about what people think and making sure everybody likes you and whatever else. Well, I've had, I think between all three of my online platforms there, and we all know the main three, I've had, at this point, I think close to 10 million people watch my videos across all three, and that's it's kind of nerve-wracking. It can be, but you're either gonna do it or you're not. I mean, what's the worst case? People don't like you? Okay. People don't pay my bills. That's kind of how I look at it at this point. So I'm actually going to this next load here should be coming up, so I'm gonna get it on the live here when they pull through. See if I can anyways. I just got to get myself parked up here in a good spot. Oh, it is going to be a good spot. We're going to go right over here. spot in the shade. That always helps too. Try not to drop my drone off the back of the car here, but yeah, if you guys are hanging out, I'm gonna try to get another drone shot here with this load coming in, and I'm gonna try to get another YouTube or another short or reel or whatever you want to call out of it. Need a little better content than just me talking online to 20,000 strangers throughout the day, right? I got a DJI Mini 4 Pro here, so that's what it's kind of it's the top of the line drone you can get before you start needing to get, pilot licenses and dealing with the FAA or whatever it's called. So should hear these guys coming in here in a few minutes because I've been waiting. So let's see. And this is our intersection where all those videos were. That they should be, I imagine, only a couple of miles down the road. They'll be here within the next 5 minutes. So wish I had the Kurt. Yeah, I'm telling you, Terry, if you're still on here watching, just put them up. Honestly, I've watched videos that have 500,000 views on them, and you wouldn't even think from the title and from the thumbnail and from the person on the YouTube video, you'd honestly go, how does this have 500,000 views? But if you can resonate with anybody or connect with anybody, you'd be surprised. Everybody thinks whatever they got going on is their own deal, and they don't realize that there's 8 billion of us out here, so a lot of people are going through exactly whatever you might be going through also. You just don't know about it. So definitely, you don't even need I'm doing this live on my cell phone. It's not even I make my YouTube videos with a GoPro and my cell phone, but I don't have the best camera stuff. I'm raising a family. I got kids and everything, so I invested, a little bit of money into it, but I didn't go all out like I'm some, famous Jake Paul guy or whoever does all these crazy videos. But they still work, and they still get video up, and they still get views. So if you want to do it, man, all you got to do is get your camera out, record, and know what you want to talk about. And if you're good at rambling, like I am, like a run-on sentence, you don't have to have anything you want to talk about. Get on there, do a live, tell people you want to build a channel, and, talk to people. Just going through the comments here, I got people in the UK, I got people in Japan, all over the world. And I honestly don't know how YouTube works because I speak English, that's all I speak, but I have people watching from other countries, so I don't know if YouTube gives them subtitles in their language, or if, a lot more people know how to also speak English than people who speak English know other languages. At least in my case, I took Spanish for 2 years in school, and I failed both years. I just could not grasp the concept of learning another language. So these guys are, let me see here. We should be here they're going to be here in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to get my drone put up here and see if I can't get it in a good spot to make a video. And then when it's all done, you guys can check it out on my channel. That'll be later tonight, probably. Oh, and you know what? I am kind of playing in traffic here, so safety first. That way nobody gets angry with me, right? You see in some of my other videos, they call me, some of the guys I work with, they joke Section 3 because I do dumb stuff, but there's no harm in being safe about things either, right? So these guys will be here any minute now, and I will, let's see what I can do here.
Home point updated.
Sorry about that. It takes me, it says my SD card here is full, but we are going to see if we still can't get some. I might not be able to get my drone up. I got to delete footage. See, I'm planning all this stuff out ahead of time, but we're still going to see what we can do.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
You guys can see I got my drone out there, and I try to get different angles of it for these videos.
You see that flag laying there, Woody? Yeah, what was that? Ain't saying.
Alright, so it is recording. You guys will see them come down. They're coming right now. I'm going to go get another video here.
I'm not going through a red light.
Yeah, get going. They gotta stop.
Hey, that FedEx has to get out of the way.
No, he's fine.
You fine? I'll go up here.
Let's go. Thank you, troopers, for your help. Good job today, guys. Thank you. Hey, Woody, grab my radios, please.
There we go. Got those guys coming around in the corner. Yeah, laid down hot dog style. That is exactly what that is. I've seen videos from other countries where they mount them from the front of the trailer and they can pick the whole thing up and spin it. Or not spin it, but they can stick the whole thing up in the air. And
Max altitude reached. Max Flight distance reached.
See, now I can't go chase the thing with my drone because I need to update it. Let's see here. And maybe you guys will see it here in a second. I'm trying to get it to land as close as I can to me so I don't have to go chasing it. Yeah, it's good enough.
There you are.
Landing.
All right, well, that was enough of that. I got some video of the next truck coming in. And howdy from Canada. Through Marco, Pinoy Trucker, my man. My man. Manoy and Marco there. That's, that was fun running with those guys. That was I don't know if you remember, don't know if you remember the video we did together there through New York State. Do I get paid for flying the drone? I do not. I see it. So I use these for my own videos, and technically I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I'm not actually getting paid anything yet. Hopefully one day. But no, I've had some guys who wanted some video and whatever for their business, and some of them have shared it for their companies and what else and all that, but I've not been directly paid for, unless you count a few of my Facebook videos that I've put up. I'm monetized over there, so I make a few cents on some of my videos, but definitely not much. I don't know if the drone is I don't even know if it's cool anymore. I got to be honest, because we think it's cool seeing everything we do from up in the sky, and we like the videos, but I think maybe it's been washed out on the internet because none of them really do that good as far as like views and whatever else. People pick the weirdest videos to decide to like and watch all the way through. Like, definitely, yesterday I had about 25,000 different people watch my live and watch me talk, and I made a really awesome, cool video with my drone, and it got like 400 views or something. So it's crazy. I don't understand how the internet or YouTube or any of that works, but yeah, Marco, I think he's in the U.S. right now. I got to get together with him again, and he still runs oversized and all that. I keep saying if he gets in my neck of the woods and it's worth it, we're gonna collab. We're gonna do a video and run an oversized load somewhere together. And thank you, Diogo. Same to you. It's I've had a pretty good day. I could complain, but I won't, because my stomach's full, and my family's waiting for me at home, my daughter, and I got a couple of cats too, and they're always waiting for me because I have a food bowl there. Oh, there's some pretty fast drone guys out there doing some FPV stuff. I'm not sure what FPV stands for. Oh, first person view, is that what you mean by that? I've seen some guys that are great with their drones, and okay, yeah, it's I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty good at maneuvering mine around as far as getting videos of like our loads and stuff, but I can't fly it while I'm doing my job. So sometimes I'll run up ahead and the guys will let me get ahead of them before we're going to park. And then I can get some cool action shots of them coming in. Or I'll get to the exit early. I'll get it up and stationed where I want it and recording. And then right when we're pulling into a parking lot or something, so then we can get out, and then I'll get somewhere else and stopped, and then I'll chase it over to us once I get parked and try to get a little more video. But you shouldn't be flying a drone and driving at the same time unless mine will follow you on its own. It has like a follow me or active track feature that, you know, it'll follow a car or a person or something like that, but the drone only goes maybe, it's the fastest I think it's ever gone is close to 20 miles an hour, which is not fast enough to really, what you don't realize, and when you see a lot of videos of drone footage of guys who have their cars or their semis or whatever else, is they're obviously recording that footage. They know what they're doing, and it looks like they're driving fast, but they're really not driving as fast as you think they are because the drones can't keep up. For a drone to do 55 miles an hour, you're using military grade equipment, I think, at that point. So, let's see here. You guys get paid. Yeah, rad. The long truck would be rad to see. Tours in random spots. Yeah, GD, check out my YouTube channel when you get off of here, when you jump off the live. I actually have one that I put up. I put it up on my Facebook, but I didn't put it up on YouTube or the other one yet, but I will put them on there also. Some pretty cool drone footage of like our turns and coming out. I put one up this morning, and I'll try to get it uploaded here this afternoon. If you put notifications on my channel, you can you'll see it when I list it on I guess it's a short. Is that what they call them on YouTube? Short. Yeah, I'm learning this whole internet thing here. I'm growing with everybody else, so but I do already have a couple of videos on there with the drone shots on my YouTube Shorts page there. So if you check them out, that's kind of some of the videos I've edited together. And first person to headsets. Yeah, I would probably get a headache from that or get sick. I can't even imagine that. Some of these guys are crazy out here. It would definitely be, I have a screen on my drone, so I can, the built-in screen is like 4K, so it's really, really good definition. It's definitely better if you're in an area where the screen's lit up well. But I imagine it would be cool to have just a headset where it's like you're the drone yourself. And see what you could do with that. That would be pretty wicked. But I still get nervous with mine because it was really expensive. It was close to $1,500 US, and all in with the warranty and all that. And then I've broke it, I think, twice, and then you replace it with the warranty. So you pay extra for the warranty, and then if you do break it or whatever else, they'll give you a new one for like $100. And I've had to replace it twice under the warranty because once a tree, because they don't like little branches, and right ahead of me you can see those power lines. They're hard to see, not those big thick ones, but just like cable wires and telephone wires and stuff. They're hard to see unless the drone is like an inch in front of them, and I've ran into them before and crashed the drone. So I get hesitant because now I think the drone that I have now has went up in price, and it's almost $2,000. and I still have the warranty, and they'll replace it twice a year for 2 years, but I think I'm on year 2. I just don't want to have to buy a new one. I don't think anybody wants to have to spend that kind of money again, or more than once. I feel a little bit different if I was getting paid. If it was a real income stream on YouTube and I was making some decent money, I'd, obviously reinvest in yourself, get better cameras, and get all that stuff. But I gotta see that there's a following for the channel and a following for kind of what my vlog's about, which is trucking mostly. But I've also learned people make a personal connection more than they do on the bigger channels, than they really care about what you're doing. So I guess if I think enough people might like me, But right on subscribed. Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Every time I get done with one of these lives and I see how many subscribers jumped onto the channel and followed and hit the notifications and stuff, it's I don't want to say it's inspiring, but it's uplifting to know that I can grow it, it can get bigger, and I can keep doing it. It got a little, for a while there, it got stagnant, and then how do I want to say this? When you do put a lot of time into a video and you put it up and it doesn't, it's not your money shot video, your 15 minutes of fame, and it doesn't do well, and if you do several videos and they don't really do well, it gets you down a little bit, and it's like, maybe I'm just wasting my time. And that, I think, kind of is like life. You could say that about a lot of things, and if you just give up on it, obviously it'll never turn into anything. So oh yeah, $100 to $200. Yeah, I had 2 drones before this one that were cheaper. My first one was like, I think $300, $400, and it wanted so badly to be the DJI. I mean, it looked like it, and I'd say it had good camera quality, but it wasn't, now that I have a better one. But it mimicked everything that the DJI has for 4 to 5 times the price. Nowhere near the quality. And it kind of went crazy on me. I live right off of Lake Erie, and I was flying a little ways out over the lake, and I don't know if there's like a magnetic field over the lake or something or whatever, but for whatever reason, it just stopped responding to me. And I watched it, I still had video, and it just kept flying further and further and further over the lake. And it was absolutely, like, I watched my drone end itself. Like, it was like, sorry, bye, and just ran away. So then I went with that one for a while, and then my kids chipped in and bought me another one because they knew I wanted one, but they bought one off of Amazon that, once I lost the first one, I did a lot more research, and I knew that I wanted the DJI. So when the kids chipped in and bought me another one off of Amazon, I had already looked at the reviews, I had already looked at everything else, and I said, well, if it doesn't hurt your guys' feelings, I'm going to send this back, or, get the money back for it, and then I'll use that money, and I'll chip in, and I'll invest and get the better drone. And that, if you're going to own a drone, it's the best decision I ever made, is to really spend the money on it. They're just light years better. You can have fun and play with the cheaper ones, and you can also crash them and feel a lot less bad if you're only wasted $100 or $200, but you're gonna feel a lot worse if you lost $2,000. Oh, what happened to me the other day? I bought an RC airplane. The throttle was on and the controller disconnected. Yeah, I don't know how much an RC airplane costs, but I imagine there's still, if you work for your money, money doesn't come easy nowadays, and either way, it's, you know, you hate to watch it go down in a ball of flames. So, but I'm gonna keep the live open and for a few more minutes here as I start headed towards home, and then I'll be doing. I've been doing these lives every day. I do one in the morning when we are at our job site and rolling out, and then I do one in the afternoon when we get unloaded like this. So if you have come along, I'm showing there's about 30 of you still on here. If you haven't checked out my channel, it's mostly about trucking, I'll say that. Trucking, camping, cooking. It's not really, I don't want to say it's specific. It's definitely about trucking because I have to put my face out there a lot less when it's focused on other stuff. But it's getting more, I think it's getting more unique. I'm going to do more vlogs and more, I don't know. I'm going to grow the channel into whatever I want to grow it into. It's mine, and I want to do it, and it's a fun hobby, and it keeps me out of trouble. And, you know, my daughter is she's in middle school, and she's kind of big into the YouTube, so it's kind of cool to show her and be like, hey, look, I got a million views or something. She's a little less excited because she's subscribers on her channel from posting little cartoon edits than I have after posting hundreds of hours of videos. I was like, well, that's not fair. I'm old and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how the internet works, and it's scary. So leave me alone. I'm doing all right. We're gonna keep working on it regardless, and you know, one day it'll be something cool, and maybe one day it'll be something to for my kids to look back at. You know, when the years have gone by, and if my kids can keep the channel active, if YouTube is still a thing, or Facebook or any of that, if it's still alive in 40 years, and let's say I'm not, I think it's pretty cool because a lot of people don't take really pictures anymore. They're all on your phone, and they're all on whatever, and then people will lose a phone and don't have the cloud, so just everything's gone. But a YouTube channel is, assuming YouTube's still here in 30 or 40 years, if you're not, your kids could show their grandkids, this was your great grandfather. It's kind of, if you think about it that way, it's kind of like an online photo book or memory book or whatever else. Like, I don't know what my great grandfather really, other than one still photo I've seen of him. But now we just have this technology. It's out there, and maybe it'll stay on. I don't know. Maybe in 10 years the internet will be so full and we can't store everything that YouTube will be like, well, we're gonna have to delete everything to make more room for all the new stuff. I don't know how it works, but I'm going with that for now. That maybe one day my great grandchildren will be watching my vlogs of when I worked in trucking and cooked dinner and made silly videos with my kids or whatever. So I think it's pretty cool. And in the meantime, if I do get monetized and I make a, I look at it like this, it's a little side hustle, and it does take some work and some money and whatever else. So if you can get a couple of your dollars back that you got invested, then I call it a win. It's a fun hobby, right? So I'm going to get on the highway, and I'm going to get a hold of my kids here and everybody that's blowed my phone up while I was doing this live. But if you'd like to, please go over and check out the channel. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the notifications. For a while, I'm going to do lives. I misplaced my GoPro, so all my footage is hiding in a drawer somewhere. But I'm going to do lives for now, and if you also have the other social media that I'm I'm not going to say on here many more times or else they'll never push this out, but I'm on the other 2 platforms under the same name. So if you can check all of them out and follow or whatever it's called on those, I would appreciate it. And I post on all of them. It's just sometimes I don't post the same thing on every one of them. So check it out. And what do we got here? We will just send it to China. See you again. All right, Terry. Yeah, I appreciate it, Terry. Make that video, man. Like, it literally, stick with it, dude. I mean, or not stick with it, but just do it, because here's my thing, and I'm not saying that this is you. Now, if I can keep service through here, this will be the end of it, but I seen a video that was at the top of my YouTube feed, and this is not something that would be on my feed, and it said how I ended up a 35-year-old loser and how you can avoid it. And it's funny because I'm like, I'll be 39 in a couple of months, but I'm just like, oh gosh, this is going to be a funny video, right? And the guy has 500,000 views on it, whatever. He's an eloquent speaker. He's good at speaking to the audience. It was good. I watched 40 minutes of it until my phone rang. So he just talked about his life and all the choices he made and the things that he did wrong, and it was kind of captivating, honestly. And I'm sure outside of like